Above the Shadows was sent to me to review by Gravitas Ventures. Thank you very much for sending me this review copy. And let's get into the film. This is all about this girl who's 12 years old, and her mother passes away. It's years and years later, and she's now grown up, and nobody can see her except for this one guy whose failed relationship with Megan Fox because he cheated. His career and his relationship went downhill. He was a big world championship boxing champion, and after she finds out that he can see her and hear her and knows that she's there, they spark a relationship. And basically this is a romantic relationship later on, but you also get this I don't want to call it a best of both worlds. She's helping him get his career back on track, and he's trying to help people notice her pretty much without knowing that he's doing it. And this is a dramatic fantasy romance. I'm going to call it a dramatic fantasy romance with a little bit of sports in there. If you like boxing, you'll probably like this. Let's get into the film. This is not a perfect film by any means, but this is a Gravitas Ventures film, and I love Gravitas Ventures because they make quality titles over and over again. They make movies even better than the $45 million budgets that say Universal or Fox uses. But Gravitas Ventures has low budgets, but not so low where it makes them look like absolute garbage. Like, say, for while they're releasing titles. This movie has some good sides, some positive aspects, and some negative aspects. Let's get into the positives. The positives are that the acting is pretty well executed in here. The script is pretty well done, except for one thing, and I'm going to get into that. The dialogue between these characters is really nicely done, and the idea of this film is very interesting. What if only one person knew you existed? What if only one person knew you existed, and now you're helping them get their career back on track while falling in love with them? The main draw for this movie, for a lot of people, will be Megan Fox. And here's where I get into the negative aspects of it. Megan Fox really isn't in the movie all that much. She's in it for maybe 15, 20 minutes, maybe even less than that. She's not in the film a whole lot. The trailer makes it look like she's in it a lot more than she actually is. She's barely in this film, which I thought was really sneaky for them to do, but I understand why they did it, because you're trying to get people in to the theater to see it. And nice job on that, but here's where the film really falls flat. I would like to know why he's the only one that can see her and why she went invisible. I know a little bit of a reason why she was invisible, because her mother was her best friend, and she was the one who really paid attention to her. But other people also paid attention to her, from what she said. Why is this man the only one who knows that she exists? Why is he the only one that knows she's there, can see her and hear her? That's what I didn't really understand. It made no sense. And that's where the film falls flat with that relationship as well, because there's no chemistry between them. The writing is really well done, but the actors don't have chemistry. The acting is really good when they aren't trying to be romantically involved. But when they're being romantically or trying to be romantically involved, it doesn't click. There's no chemistry there. And when there's no chemistry in that part of your film, then that's where part of your film falls flat to me. Otherwise than that, I'd say this film is solid, but it's not a great movie by all means, but it's not terrible either. This is a decent little fantasy film. Decent little drama slash fantasy slash romance film. that I'm going to recommend to you if you want something like this, where you just want to see how this can turn out. And I'm not going to give any spoilers because there is a little bit of spoiler territory that I could go into a little bit, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to give Above the Shadows a B-. I thought this was a decent film, nothing great, but thank you, Gravitas Adventures, for sending me Above the Shadows, and I cannot wait to review more titles for you. I am hoping that everyone will go and see this film, support Gravitas Adventures in the theaters, and thank you for watching this review.